Namo Namaha Masters around the world, and welcome to the series of Quantum Life with the blessings of Brahmarishi Pitamaha Patriji and Dr. Sangeeta Nehra ma'am. We have started this Quantum Life series from January 2021, and we have completed 8 successful episodes of this series. And now, today, we are going to continue the same series with the episode 9. We are very thankful to all of the PMC channels, PMC Haryanvi, who has actually helped in the growth of the series and the growth of the channel. Thank you so much. If you are new to this series, you can watch our previous videos on this channel and other channels attached to it. So let me explain you something about quantum life. What is it? It is a life lived in the primacy of consciousness, with full awareness of your surroundings and yourself, means macrocosm and microcosm. Whatever is around this whole nature has, it's inside you. And we have to be aware about this. We all came in this physical world. For what? For our soul development, for getting experiences, for learning. And this quantum life helps us in doing that. Quantum life has 3 attributes, which one, when indulges in its life, the person gets to experience the bliss, good health, and all the purpose of that particular life comes to the existence. You know what you are here for. So let us start with our quantum life. These 3 attributes are Ayurveda, quantum, and pyramid. These 3 attributes, these 3 parts, one should actually have to indulge in their own life for getting that ultimate nirvana. Let us start with today's episode. Firstly, I would like to invite Dr. Urja Sachdeva here on this platform for explaining beautifully about the Ayurveda and the Prakriti Chart, the body constitution, how our body reacts to, what is it, how we can adapt a new environment around us, what kind of nature, what kind of constitution we have. So, Dr. Urja, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Khyati, for inviting me. And now, today, we are back with our episode number 9 in the series Quantum Life. And now we'll talk about the Ayurveda. And today's topic of our Ayurveda is constitutional type chart. Last time we talked about the constitutional types, how many type of constitutional types are there, and everything we talked in the last session. Today we will talk about how to know the constitutional type of particular person. So let us continue with today's topic, that is constitutional type chart. First of all, let me just revise the previous episodes that we discussed about the 8 constitutional types. First one is Vat, then Pitta, then Kapha, and then the 2 mixed, that is Vat Pitta and Pitta Kapha and Vat Kapha, and the 3 mixed, that is Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and the balanced one. And as I was talking in the last previous session, that balanced constitutional type is very rare to see in today's scenario. So let us today talk about the how we can just take an estimate or just take an idea about the constitutional type of any particular person. First of all, let us talk about the body frame of particular person, how the body frame will be in these different constitutional type. First of all, the Vat people. these Vat people can be these can be unusually tall or unusually short. So if you find anyone who is unusually tall or unusually short, so you can have an idea that this person is probably of Vat Prakriti. And these people, Vat Prakriti people, what basically they have, the body frame is like it's narrow from the shoulders, from the hips, and it is very not very, but it's narrow from the normal one. And they are very lean and thin in the body structure. And when you see their fingers, they have long and tapering type fingers. Also the toes of the foot, they are also long and tapering type. And when they move, when they do any activity, there is cracking noise from their joints. So from that you can just have an idea that this person is of Vat Prakriti. Now talking about the Pit Prakriti have a medium sized body frame, not too neither too long nor too short. And their hip and shoulders are also in medium state, or we can say these are just normal. So now talking about the height, I have talked about the height, that Pit Prakriti people, Pit constitutional type people are not very long, not very short. They are just medium in stature. Similarly, the fingers and the toes are also medium in length of the Pith Prakriti people, of the Pith constitutional type people. Then talking about the Kaph Prakriti people, the Kaph constitutional type people, they have a medium to broad frame. Like they can be of medium frame, but mostly what Kaph Prakriti are tend to be, they are tend to be of broad frame. And also their bodies are well proportionated to the eyes, with the joints that are well lubricated, and it may be deep seated. Like I was talking in the Vat Prakriti people, they have the cracking sound from their joints when they move or do any activity. But this is not present in the Kaph Prakriti. The joints are well lubricated in the Kaph Prakriti people, and the fingers and the toes are like it tends to be short and scarish in shape. So this is the basic difference between the Vat Prakriti people, Pith constitutional type people, and the Kaph people. Now talking about the weight of these three constitutional type. As I was talking that Vat people are balanced and they promote natural leanness of the body. They are lean and thin in the stature. And the Vat people also, they have very thin skin, and the bones are very prominent. And also the veins, when you see their hands and legs, the veins are very prominent and you can just see it easily. And the Pith Prakriti people, they maintain an average weight, like it's not too much and they are not very much lean and thin. They just maintain average weight. And it can be with minor fluctuations, like if they overeat, they can gain weight easily. And if they do exercise regularly, they can also lose weight fairly. Like in the previous session also, I was talking about that pith is the body's principle of balance. That's why they can usually gain and lose weight fairly easily. Now talking about the Kaph Prakriti people, the Kaph constitutional type people, they can maintain moderate weight with regular exercise. If they do not exercise regularly, they can just gain weight very easily. If they do not overeat but also do not exercise regularly, they can gain weight easily. And also especially in the lower part of the body, when Kaph Prakriti people gain weight, it is mostly in the lower part of the body. So now I have talked about the weight, and now the next characteristic is about the skin. The skin type of these three constitutional types. The Vat constitutional type people, they tend to have very dry skin and chappy lips, and like their skin is very dry in nature, and when it is time of winters or any cold weather is there, so the skin very quickly it dries, and they tend to have a darker tone of the skin, and if they have lighter tone, then they tan very easily and they tan deeply. Now, talking about the Pith Prakriti people, the Pith Prakriti people usually have delicate and irritable skin. Like when they go outside in the sun, they just very easily get rashes and pimples and inflammations, and very easily they get sunburns, and they suffer from sunburns and sun allergy very easily. So like pith is having more of the fire element, so this is why they suffer from this very usual. And now talking about the Kaf Prakriti people, Kaf constitutional type have slightly oily, smooth and thick skin, and which is well lubricated, and they have body hairs and a mole or two. So Kaf Prakriti people enjoy the sun and burn after the overexposure. Like they enjoy the sun, but not like as Pith Prakriti, like slightly exposure to the sun will burn them or anything like that. But Kaf Prakriti, when overexposed to the sun, they get sunburn. And also the lips of Kaf Prakriti are full and moist. Now, talking about the sweat or perspiration, the Vat Prakriti people have scanty, Vat sweat. Vat people's sweat is often scanty, and like they are somewhat metabolically cold, so they tend to have a colder skin. So they sweat slightly little bit than the Pith and the Kaf Prakriti. And the Pith Prakriti, I was talking previously, these have the more of fire element, so the Pith Prakriti people sweat very much. The perspiration in Pith Prakriti people is very much, even in the cold weather they sweat. And now talking about the Kaf Prakriti people sweat moderately and are very consistent even in the climatic extremes. Now, talking about the mental level, the mind of these three constitutional types, the Vat people, these have good original theories. And the most common thing that I saw in Vat Prakriti people is that they remember easily anything you give them, they will remember easily and they will forget it easily. So this is the main, I can say, the main symptom or main symptom of Vat Prakriti people, that they remember easily and then forget easily. And also the Vat Prakriti people, these people get angry very easily. And the Pith Prakriti people, they are just opposite to this. They get angry they get angry, but they remain angry for a longer time. Pith Prakriti people, they plan methodically and efficiently, and also they remember easily, but they forget it with difficulty. Vat Prakriti people, what they do, they remember easily and also forget easily. But Pith Prakriti people, they remember easily but forget it with difficulty. Now, talking about the Kaf Prakriti people, like they are very stable in I can say at the physical level as well as at the mental level. The Kaf Prakriti people, they manage it well. Any task you give them or anything they have to manage, they manage it well. And the Kaf Prakriti people, they never forget anything. If they remember something, they will never forget it. And Kaf Prakriti people, once angered, they will never forget a slight. They do not just get angry very easily, but once angered, they never forget a slight. So now you can just have an idea of any of the constitutional type of any particular person or of yourself. So today's I would sum up this today's presentation with this, and thank you so much for watching this very patiently. Thank you so much. And now I call Dr. Monica for telling us about something about quantum. Dr. Monica, please, you are welcome here.
Hello to all the person who is watching this session. So in quantum, after listening to the beautiful session of Ayurveda, let's come to quantum. So today our topic of quantum is importance of quantum. So, I will not say it's the importance of quantum right now because it's now a recap. Uh, when we watch a movie, we have a interesting facts about the movies. We watch that in a recap. So I will say it is as a recap for now. So let's have a recap of our last episodes of quantum about the five layered cake or five bodies. So let's start.
So, as I mentioned earlier, that today's topic for the session of quantum is importance of quantum. So, after the wonderful session of Ayurveda, let's have this quantum series back. So, the importance, why there is a need to understand the quantum. So, as earlier we discussed about the five layered cake. So, the most important thing to understand here is that this five layered cake, having each layer different taste, different color, and different texture, still these layers when come up together and dissolve in mouth, it gives a better version of this five layered cake. So it's important to understand them individually as well as uh, together to find a new way to understand this quantum. So when we understand the quantum in different science, understanding the logic behind that the consciousness is the ground of all being, we need to understand these five bodies specially. So let us know the taste of every layer of this cake one by one. So in second slide, as the this picture is picture of uh, five layered cake. See, the colors of these layers are different, still it comes in a beautiful way with togetherness. So uh, likewise the bodies, the five bodies, the physical body, second the vital body, third the mental body, the supramental body, and fifth one is the quantum body or the quantum self. These all bodies are needed to be understand one by one and also together, like the layers of the cake. We need to understand them together to understand that there is not only the physical body is important, the vital, mental, supramental, and quantum body is equally important to understand, to find the importance of them equally. So, in the third slide, let's start the physical body. So, in the third slide, the physical body, the real life experiences. The physical body is you can say the physical appearance of a person. We can define it like this person is heighted about 6 feet, having complexion, having a tone, uh, uh, and we can say that it all what the other person see. So the when a person just only look at the physical appearance, so that is considered to be the physical body. What the universe is seeing, if it was superficially, then it's only about the physical body, because the physical body only based upon how you look. If in general sense we need to understand this physical body, we will understand that how we look, that's considered to be in the physical body. Is superficialness of understanding the physical body is this, that we look at a person and we can't understand his behavior by just looking at him, or if he is weighing his hand and doing something, then without talking to him, without knowing him, we can't predict. So that's the physical appearance, the physical body. So this body is considered to be having the experiences, different experiences. So second one, let's come to the fourth slide. The fourth slide is of vital body. So after physical body, let's understand a body that works on the sukshma. Sukshma, it is a Sanskrit term used for the minute, whereas for the physical body we can use the word sthula. That means the bulky, means the vital body sukshma, means that it will work on the minute level. For example, if uh, if we say that today we will take your surprise exam, then a student will have have a have a sensation of hypertension, or having drowsiness, dizziness, or some will felt really nervous about the test if they haven't even read about the topic. So that's these are the feelings that are generated in just a second. The word or the sentence is over, then these feelings are started, because these emotions are generated. So these emotions are also associated with different organs of our body. So that is what I'm saying about that, it will work on the minute level. The vital body works on the minute level, whereas the physical body or physical appearance work on the superficial level. So when we goes deep into the minute level, so we will understand this vital body inside us. These all bodies are inside, are surround we all are surrounded by this whole bodies. We all are made up of all these five bodies. If we understand these bodies, understand these bodies, like we are understanding the layers of our human body. So let's understand these layers one by one, like these, the physical body, then vital body. Let's come to the next slide, the fifth slide, of mental body. So when we talk about the mental strength, so today's mental strength or mental emotions. So now these all come up within there is also a myth about that the mind or brain are the same thing. No, the mind is universal, but the brain is thinking. So what I meant to say about this, that the brain is just an organ. So it have a particular shape. You can say in biology we read about this, have a particular shape, particular dimensions, but the mind is universal. The mind can think way beyond, or can have different knowledge, different compositions within a second. uh, so we cannot have a particular dimension about mind. So uh, these are the main key factors or key points of the mental body, that object of meaning. When we say like brain, we are thinking about something. So if we having a class of 60 students, and they are thinking about a butterfly. So each student, or you can say mostly student, have a different experience, and have something different to say about that butterfly, because they are uh, thinking, they are just going with the flow. If we talk about a single chapter, then they start, if the teacher explain that chapter to them, then the chapter is confined, so they will answer accordingly. So that's where it is the uh, cons- it is it will be like there is a lesser form, or a constructed form, congested form of that thinking area. So when we talk about a butterfly, so when they all the 60 students look at that butterfly, they have something different to say. So this where the thinking, or brain we can say, and the mind all lands upon. The mind is universal. It can think beyond somebody else thinking, whatever going around. So every single thing is considered in this mental body. So let's go to the next slide. The sixth slide is about the supramental body, or the archetype. The creative intuitions, or your consciousness lies. So, when let's have a good example of creative intuition, like a small child loves the colors, the painting colors. If we give them some painting colors, then the child will tries to mix up those colors and tries to create different things. Even in his heart, he will never think like whether it will have a good painting, or it's not. What if it will not become a bad painting? The all thing he only want to enjoy, or to have a different angle of these colors, or have a different angle by mixing uh, some colors, or drawing random lines on the page by these colors. So that's where your creative intuitions, I think this is the best example, because nobody is more creative than a small child. When we look at the small child, they always have a different sense of happiness, sense of joy. They always have this creative intentions in them. So, this is where the supramental body acts when we don't need it to be confined. We need it to be free to do different activities, different this. When this body is activated, then you have this creative intuition within you. So this is all about the supramental body. So in the seventh slide, or the last slide, the quantum body, or the quantum self, my favorite, quantum self, the seat of joy. So just imagine if I will give you a chair and saying that I will say that this chair is a magical chair, and when you sit on this chair, you will have a different happiness, different sense of joy by just only sitting at that chair. So. Everybody wants to be get seated once in his lifetime, wants to get seated on that chair. Why? Because that is the seat of the joy, the ultimate happiness. So uh, let's all of us have this meditation, have these meditation experiences within us to understand the seat of joy lies inside you. If you start believing yourself, having that meditational as a factor of or as a you can say enzyme that will increase your capacity to know that this seat of joy is the ultimate happiness, and this is achieved by a vector called meditation. So now the one thing, the most important what is the consciousness is the ground of all being. The consciousness, the ultimate power, or this is the ground of all being. Even a small insect or a small butterfly also have its own consciousness. So why there is a need to understand this consciousness is to understand also the surrounding organisms, also the surrounding factors. It's very important. And the last thing I wanted to tell you guys today is that ego self and quantum self. What is ego? Let me tell you first this, because we understand the quantum self right now. So ego self is something like I am the only one who can rule. I'm the one who can do this thing or that thing. So when this word I comes, that it lies in the ego self. And when the word we or us comes, then this will lies in the quantum self. So just think about it more, and we will have a good conversation in the next session too.
So today topic is over from my side. So now I would like to invite Dr. Khyati ma'am to handle this virtual stage and tell us about the pyramid, more about what the energies in the pyramid. So let's call ma'am. Ma'am, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Monika, for inviting me here. And today we will be, in this ninth episode, we will be learning about the pyramid, the third part, the third attribute of this quantum life. Let me share my PPT. So this pyramid, what is a pyramid? Initially, first let us understand this fact. We have already, in previous episodes, we have understood about the importance of pyramid, uses of pyramid, any kind of uses, interior, exterior, about the pyramid water, about the pyramid use in kitchen, and pyramid meditation. But first, let us more elaborately understand what is a pyramid. Pyramid is made up of two words, pyra and mid. Pyra means energy or fire, and mid means in the center or middle or within. So if you comprise that word pyramid, it means the energy in the center. If you can see in this picture that this pyramid is like this, and this pyramid has immense amount of energy. It is a storehouse of energy, immense amount of energy in it. And this apex actually receives all energies. This is the apex pointed part, and it receives all energy. A pyramid with its apex being the central singular point for receiving the energy becomes the most powerful, most symmetrical of all the structures with the maximum capacity to receive energy. Hence, they are called storehouses of energy. Of course, why not? When you have so much of the energy receiving inside you, then you will be a storehouse of energy, right? Yes. But how is it possible? It is possible because of this golden angle. Earth, being a pulsating force, collects the energy force across its axis, which is tilted at an angle of 51 degree, 51 minutes and 51 seconds. Approximately, you can say it as 51 degree and 52 minutes. Pyramids constructed at this angle are able to receive the maximum energy in comparison to other structures. That is why it is the storehouse of energy. This golden angle of 51 degree and 52 minutes is of the utmost importance. If your pyramid doesn't have this angle, the pyramid will not work as it should work. And if you can see in this picture, you can see the measurements. It is a 4-meter pyramid base length. Base is the 4 meter, and this angle is of the 51 degree 52 minutes. And accordingly, all these heights and inclinations have been made. Meditation done inside the pyramid is thrice more powerful. Meditation done inside the pyramid or underneath the pyramid is called a pyramid meditation. That is why it is important, because when you start meditation, you tend to lose your control. You don't know what to do. That is why your concentration doesn't work properly. So while meditating, you use the pyramid, what happens? It provides most effective high energy environments for beginners of meditation. So for a beginner, I would suggest pyramid to be used. Pyramids help to reduce the level of stress and tension in the physical body, as well as your mind gets so much relaxed with that amount of energy. We always feel low when we are stressed. But with the help of pyramid, we can remove off our stress, we remove off our loads because we are getting energies. So today we will be learning about the researches on pyramid. So many researches has been done around the world by various scientists. So today we will be learning about Dr. G. Patrick Flanagan's book, their researches. His book is named Pyramid Power, the Millennium Science. And this book comprises of series of experiments he has done, and with the pyramids along with the controls. And what are these controls? Means he used a pyramid with particular dimensions, as I told, and along with that, he used this cube also, and also he kept it as a normal with no treatment, no cube, no pyramid, open. So these three things were done in its experiments. So, first experiment, razor blades in pyramid. We all know that Pitamaha Patri sir has already done this razor blade experiments number of times while he was learning about the pyramids. And when he experienced those miraculous impacts of the pyramid, then he actually started for the encouragement of usage of pyramids. This razor blade and pyramid experiment has been done multiple of times by so many of the scientists. Dr. Patrick also did this. So he actually he quoted theory of another scientist, Rubble, who had done this razor blade experiment with the pyramid. And he theorized that the crystal structure of the blade reformed. But when Dr. Patrick did the same experiment, he actually found something more deeper. He says that he believed that the pyramid prevents a dulling effect due to contamination of the surface by skin, oils, and acids, as well as the chemicals in shaving creams and soaps. We all know when we use the razor blades, what kind of things they actually have to go. It touches the skin, it touches the acid, it touches the oil, it touches the uh, chemicals, it touches the soap and creams. Dr. Patrick says that he shaved 200 times with the blade treated with the pyramid. And generally, his blades actually go bad in 4 or 3 to 4 shaves. So he had done it 200 times with the help of pyramid. It's amazing, right? He also says that there may also be a sharpening effect of a sort by the action of energy discharge from the sharp edges of the blade. We all know that there is sharp edge. As I told you before, that pyramid has an apex from where it receives the energy, and that energy discharge is actually sharpening the razor blade. Imagine, you can try it yourself at your home on living organisms. Different kind of pyramids effect were tested on the plants and human subjects also, and also animals. Measurement of changes in the organisms were made by the means of Kirlian photography. Kirlian was a scientist who actually devised this photography of aura around the human or animal or plant subject. GSR measurements, galvanic skin response measurements of acupuncture points, alpha wave detectors, and subjective responses. Now let us have a look upon it. If you can see this picture, it is a properly maintained Kirlian photography structure, so that how it will go to the how the readings will be made. What happened is that you are watching these photographs. These two photographs are of the human's fingerprint, and below this, it is of the plant leaf. Let us know what happened. That figure is composed of photographs of a man's fingerprints before and after treatment with pyramid. The voltage setting and timing of the print remain the same. The subject was placed in a simple 6-foot base vinyl plastic pyramid, properly assigned to the magnetic poles. And the treatment of the subject was for 1 minute in the pyramid. Now, before the pyramid and after the pyramid, what happened? This is the fingerprint, and this is the aura or the band of energy. It was before the pyramid, and after treatment with the pyramid for only 1 minute, this band of energy reached. Now see, this band of energy, this band of aura increased, the diameter again increased without any energy loss. No energy loss was there. That is why when you are when you are sitting inside the pyramid, you are getting the energy. The aura or the band of energy and around the finger is rounder and larger than the aura in the first photo. The fact that the energy content of the picture is larger and the shape is more rounded indicated an increase in aura without any energy loss. Now, this was with the human subject. Now, what happened to the plant? A more dramatic effect was obtained with a geranium leaf. like this. This was a leaf and it turned out this. Now what happened? The leaf had been off the plant for half an hour when the first photo was taken. If you see, the first photo was taken after half hour when the leaf was plucked. Dr. Patrick plucked the leaf and kept it for half hour, and then after half hour, the photo was taken. What happened? The energy field was almost completely gone as the leaf was dying. It's of course when you pluck a leaf, it will die soon. In the next photograph, the aura had increased considerably, showing the recovery from only 5 minutes treatment in a small 6-inch base pyramid made of cardboard, again properly aligned to the magnetic poles. He gave 5-minute treatment to this plucked off leaf, and see this difference. This kind of aura was generated in this leaf. Can you imagine this? How beautiful is that? We are able to detect these aura things through this Kirlian photography, but this actually happens. The Kirlian technique can be used to obtain an instant result of the various energy techniques such as yoga breathing, meditation, and the effects of food such as natural versus chemically grown, alcohol versus ginseng, ozone versus oxygen, etc. It is a really useful technique. We have came up to these mysteries. We have of pyramid, the energy in the pyramid, that angle about the angle of the pyramid. So now on the sprouts. Sprouts has been amazing, showing amazing results. The sprouts were treated in 3 different ways. First treatment was of the feed water. Second treatment was of the direct treatment of the plant in pyramid. Direct treatment of the plant in pyramid. Treatment of the seed in the pyramid. So, in all cases, identical tests were made in an identical volume cubic box as a control structure. As I told you before, that a control was taken also, so that a difference can be assessed. In all the cases, what happened that the pyramid treated plants grew 2 to 3 times as fast as the controls, were more healthy, and lasted longer after harvest. Imagine. So beautiful is it? One California grape farmer used his system on his irrigation system, and his grape yield was 2.5 times the average yield of its neighbor and the California average. So this can be used in the agricultural purposes a lot much, and it will be really of a good help in increasing the harvest, in increasing the yield. And animals. Tests was done on animals. No extensive tests were done, but 3 cases of interest was there. But I will be explaining the one. One of Dr. Patrick's friend placed his pet cat in a pyramid once a day for half hour. Every day for half hour, he kept his pet cat into the pyramid. The cat liked the pyramid and began to sleep in it. If someone, we all know that animals attract the energies. They know there are positives and negatives. So cat liked it and started sleeping inside it. When the test began, the cat has been a voracious meat eater. We all know about that. Cats generally eat meat. After 6 weeks, the cat stopped eating meat and starved rather than eat meat. Can you imagine this? Just after 6 weeks, the cat stopped to eat meat and she did not eat the meat. If you are only giving the cat only you are giving the meat, what will happen is that she will not eat. She will starve. Subsequent tests indicated that the cat has changed his diet and would only eat fruits and vegetables, cheese and nuts. Have you seen a cat eating only these things? The animal became a vegetarian. He ate raw vegetables, fruits of all descriptions, cantaloupe, avocado, oranges, watermelon. If this type of impact, this type of effect can we bring about in the animals, then think what can it bring about in a human. So we need to use these pyramids for our betterment, for our energies, for our soul development. It will help us to help us leading to a healthy and a spiritually healthy, physically, mentally, and on all dimensions. It will make us happy. So I will be ending this episode of Pyramid with a short and sweet message of Brahmarishi Pitamaha Patriji, that spirituality is living with reality, not running away from it. You have to face the reality. You have to face whatever is coming in front of you. Otherwise, you will not be able to get what you are here for. So always remember, spirituality is living with reality, not running away from it. And thank you so much for staying, for getting attached here on this channel. And I would like to thank all of the channels, PMC channels, PMC UK, PMC English, PSSM, Mahadrashta Trust, Pyramid Health Channel Malaysia, PMC Haryanvi, for giving us such a beautiful responsibility for coming up with this Quantum Life series. And we will meet next week with this new speakers, with new topics, with new subjects, and a beautiful concept of this quantum life. Till then, thank you so much. Namaste.